Alright, imagine this. You're at one of the biggest music festivals in the world, packed shoulder to shoulder, sweating in 95-degree heat, and suddenly, the headliner stops the show. Not for drama. Not for a costume change. But because people in the front row are passing out. That's exactly what happened when Lorde paused her Lollapalooza set last week. And honestly, this moment reveals way more than just a random summer concert hiccup. Let's unpack why this moment matters, what it says about live events in the climate crisis era, and why artists like Lorde are increasingly becoming frontline responders for fan safety. Here's the basic timeline. Lorde notices fans near the stage looking unwell, stops mid-song, calls for security, and personally checks on them. She even cracks a line, "You look hot from up here," which, yes, is both a literal observation and a darkly witty icebreaker. But beneath that surface-level moment lies a fascinating tension. When does a performer's job description expand to include emergency triage? Because let's be real, no one signs up for a pop concert expecting their favorite artist to double as a medic. Now, I get it, music festivals are chaotic by design. But here's what stood out to me. Lorde didn't just gesture vaguely toward the crew. She halted the entire production. In an industry where every second on stage is choreographed to the penny, that's radical. And honestly, it makes me wonder how many other headliners would prioritize human lives over hitting their cue. Because from my perspective, this wasn't just a kind gesture. It was a quiet rebellion against the hyper-polished, profit-driven machine that live events have become. But wait, let's zoom out further. The real story here isn't just Lorde's compassion. It's the elephant in the room, climate change turning outdoor festivals into health hazards. Chicago's Lollapalooza has hit triple-digit temps before, but this isn't an anomaly anymore. When we're seeing heat-related emergencies at night, what does that say about the future of summer concerts? Personally, I think we're witnessing the end of an era. The 90s model of massive outdoor festivals might not survive the next decade without radical changes, shade structures, misting stations, later start times. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Artists are getting forced into roles they're not trained for, simply because organizers aren't adapting fast enough. Oh, and let's not ignore the irony. Lorde's new album Solar Power, a sun-soaked, eco-conscious departure from her earlier work, created the perfect symbolic backdrop for this moment. It's almost too on brand, right? But that's also what makes this moment fascinating. Her art and activism collided with reality in real time. And while her fanbase skews environmentally aware, this wasn't just a woke gesture. It was practical leadership. How many other headliners would use their platform to implicitly critique climate inaction while managing a medical emergency? Then there's the Charli XCX surprise collab, a flash of joy amid the chaos. Which makes me think, how do you balance spontaneity and safety? One minute it's crisis mode, the next it's a glittery duet on Girl, so confusing. And maybe that's the point. Live music's magic has always been its unpredictability. But now, unpredictability includes climate disasters. So here's my challenge to festival organizers. Stop treating heat emergencies as fan issues and start designing events that don't require artists to be heroes. Because the next time someone passes out at a concert, we should all be asking, why did it take a pop star to notice first? What's your take? Should artists have to step in like this? Or is it time for systemic changes behind the scenes? Let's debate it in the comments.